Okay, guys, Cole and I are on our way. Um, he almost didn't get to go. He really messed up last night. I let him out. He was really anxious to get outside, so I let him outside because I was doing stuff, making preparations to go. And he ran next door to people's house next door, probably chasing a cat or something. And he ran underneath these people's house, and he, these mobile homes, they have a crawl space, and underneath the crawl space is about 2.5, 3 feet of space from the ground, and it has different mobile homes have different skirting, but the skirting is the stuff that comes from the house to the ground to keep critters out and to make the house look good, so you don't see it sitting on blocks. So the skirting around the house that he went underneath was made out of aluminum or some kind of metal, steel or whatever, but it was in disrepair, and one of the pieces was moved out of place and whatever, and I guess cats had made their home underneath there, the feral cats that are running around loose. So anyway, Cole ran underneath there, and underneath the house there's a vapor barrier attached to the bottom of the house, and between the vapor barrier and the house is insulation, not the pink kind that's in in sheets that you put in houses between 2x4s. It's pretty much the blown in kind, the stuff that comes in flakes or whatever. So I went to go try to catch him and find where he went. He went up underneath there and he wouldn't come out. It was like about 11 o'clock at night. I tried to call him with the whistle, but he wouldn't come back. He wouldn't come out from underneath there. Obviously, whatever it was he was chasing underneath there was more important than me calling him. So anyway, I went on ahead and finally went back to the house and said, because I can't sit there calling Cole. I can't. You can't do that because it's 11 o'clock at night. But that whistle, nobody can hear it, but he can hear it. But he blew me off. He didn't come. So I went on ahead and the homeowner must have heard him running around underneath there, so he came around to my house. And he was like, "Your dog loose?" I'm like, "Yeah." "You seen him?" I played it off like I didn't know where he was at. But anyway, he was under the house. So he'd opened up the access panel, and I came over and I called him. He came on to me, came on out. And I took him back to the house, and I came back and told the guy, I said, "Listen, man, I'm sorry for the damage or whatever. This looked like Cole had ripped some of the insulation out and down onto the ground underneath there and everything." I say, "Listen, you call your insurance company and I'll pay your deductible, whatever it is, to get that fixed or whatever." So he was like, "Okay." He was like, "Don't worry about it. It's okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah." But I don't want him to be pissed off at me, because it was actually Cole's fault. Cole may not have did all that damage or whatever, but by him not coming back when I called him and going underneath there, they can blame him for anything that's wrong underneath there. If possum does something, if chewed up a wire in or something underneath there, they can charge you, they can call, they can accuse him of that too, So that's gonna cost me some money. But anyway, I was just so pissed off at Cole. I dragged him back to the house by his collar. I couldn't trust him because he would run back underneath there again. So I took him in the house, and then all night, rest of the night, I gave him the total cold shoulder. I didn't let him sleep in the room with me. I had him sleep in the living room or whatever. I closed it off so he couldn't come in the room. And he didn't make no noise or whimper or cry or nothing or whatever. He could tell. I guess he could tell by my body language that I was totally pissed off at him. I gave him the cold shoulder. When it comes to cold shoulder, I'm a master at it. And he really felt bad I could tell by his body language. He was like, but I really don't know if he understood why I was upset. I didn't yell at him or nothing. I just, I just had my body language, pretty much he knew that he had done something wrong. He probably don't know what it was he done wrong, but he knew he did something wrong. But anyway, I went on ahead and went to sleep. Got up this morning, got things ready to go. I was gonna leave him at home, but I thought about it. I said, you know what? I'm not gonna let that mistake, stop him from being able to go with me on this little trip. So he's with me. He's in the back. I let him out this morning to come and get in the truck. I told him, I said, Cole, you get one chance. You take off and run somewhere or do something goofy, you staying home. So I opened the door and I said, get in the truck. He came out. He did go around looking around and whatever before he went in the truck, but then he came around and he went ahead and got in the truck. And I went ahead and closed the door, locked everything up. Everything. Hopefully I didn't forget nothing. So he's in the back. I got him some food and some water back there in the back of the truck so that he'll be able to have something to eat. He has some water to drink. And because he's going to be back there for most of the day. It's about, I'm not sure what time it is, but it's early. And I'm on my way to the job. Probably take about an hour to get there. And I'm gonna work today, and we're gonna spend the night in the truck at a park I found that's pretty close to the job, so we ain't gotta drive around too far. I got plenty to eat. I'm sleepy. I got plenty to eat, and I got the generator and everything ready to go. At some point, I'm gonna stop and get gas to make sure I got enough to make it there and back, because I'm running a little low. I was doing so much yesterday, I forgot to stop and get some. But I'll take care of that. And we'll spend the night in the truck, tonight. And tomorrow I'll go back to work again and work. And once I get off Friday, it's only a 2-day job, so I'll be off. Once I get done working Friday, I'll be off. So I don't know how I'm gonna play this out. If I'm gonna come home Friday night or stay another night and then come home Saturday morning. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that, because I really don't like the idea of driving in Friday traffic, especially rush hour traffic, coming back home all the way from, the job, which is like 40-something miles away. Well, they say it's 40-something miles away. My Google is like 50-something miles. But anyway, this will be the first, pretty much long trip this truck has ever taken since I got it. So this will be a little shakedown for it. So we'll see. And yeah, we'll see. Thinking I should go ahead and stop and get gas before I get too far. It's still early. And let me get on down here and do my thing. But anyway, I'm just in a bad mood because of what Cole did last night. And he couldn't help it. It's his instinct, you know. So I really can't be mad at him. But this wouldn't have happened if I would have had his collar on him, you know, his shock collar. One of them is broken. It doesn't work. I can't charge it up or whatever. And the other one, I lost the remote somewhere. I don't know what happened to it. I got the collar itself, but I don't have the remote that you use to control it, to give him the beeper or either the shock. So I don't know what to do about that. But I don't know if I can trust him, you know, without that collar on, because he blows me off when I try to call him with the whistle. You know, most of the time he'll come back, but if he's got something that he's interested in more than what I got to say or whatever, he'll blow me off. So the only thing I know that works for that is that collar. You know, if he had that collar on last night, I could have hit that button after he didn't come back after I called him, and he'd have came on back. Usually if the collar is on him, even if he does do something bad, whether he's going to, you know, a ride somewhere, if I hit the callback button on it that makes it beep, he knows that the shock is coming next if he doesn't come back, so he comes running. You know, that collar was, you know, a godsend for him because he's really hard-headed. You know, he does what he wants, you know, which I got no problem with. But when it's a situation where I can't afford him to be, you know, blowing me off because it's, you know, he could be getting ready to run into a street or something, or chasing after a deer or something like that, wherever, you know, you get lost in the woods, or a deer could hurt him. You know, deer have defenses; they can defend themselves. You know, Cole don't know that. Just because he's running away from him don't mean that he can't kick. You know, but and heaven forbid he goes chasing after a fox or a raccoon or a coyote. You know, those are wild damn animals, you know. But anyway, I gotta get him another shock collar. So that's just all there is to it. Eventually I'll probably find that remote somewhere. I don't know where the hell it's at. I searched everywhere. But that happened to me before. I lost my the remote for the collar I had, the other collar. That's why I got two of them, because I lost the remote for it. And before I found it, I had bought another one. So I had two. Now I don't have either. You know, the one is broken now, it doesn't work, period. And the other one, the new one I bought, I can't find the remote to it. So anyway, he's starting to whimper now. He's probably hungry. I'm not gonna give him nothing to eat until I get off this evening, because I don't want him to make any mess in the truck, because he'll be in the truck all day. I'll probably come out and give him a couple of treats, you know. I gave him a cookie this morning, an oatmeal cookie. So it ain't like he ain't got nothing on his stomach. And his dog food bowl is in the back there. But I'm not gonna give him any wet food. I bought some dog food from the dollar store and gave it to him yesterday. And he got back home and he used the bathroom on his little pad, but he had the runs, you know. It was kind of wet and, you know, liquidy instead of the turds that he usually had. You know, turds I can deal with, but that wet diarrhea stuff I cannot deal with. So I won't be giving him any more of that food. He seemed to like it though, but and I don't know, it might not have been the food, it might have been something else he got into, because I let him run around loose and whatever a lot. You know, he might have, you know, the place where we're at is a good spot where there aren't many people there, but it's adjacent to some actual homes where people live at, you know, whatever. And then the woods right next to their house, the people's houses and everything, they may have put poison or something out, to keep, raccoons and, other animals and critters away from their house or whatever, people do that. They put poison out for, rabbits and for raccoons and for foxes and stuff. They don't want them in their yard messing with their pets or whatever. So they'll put that out there for them, so that it takes care of them. So I don't know if he got into something and that did it, or if it was the food, Other than the diarrhea, he seems to be okay. He's just, running around, but he ain't running around now because he knows I'm pissed off at him. So he's pretty much being quiet, and he's actually doing good right now. But I know he didn't mean it, but I'm still pissed at him. But anyway, that was yesterday. Today is a new day. I'm gonna forgive him, and we're gonna try and enjoy this trip. But I'm just disappointed, And really, I can't blame him. It's my fault, I should have went ahead and bought him another one of them collars. I had time to do it yesterday. I could have done it, but I just didn't. Because I know how he is. At certain times he ain't gonna act right, whatever. And really, just having the collar on makes him act right. I call him, he comes right back when he has that collar on because he knows I got the ability to shock him. That's why he gives me such a hard time putting the collar on. He knows what that collar means. That means he's under control, and he doesn't like that. But I'm gonna give him another collar, and he doesn't go nowhere without that collar on. He doesn't leave the truck without the collar on. He doesn't leave the house without the collar on. That's just the way it's gonna be until he learns to be good and come when I call him, and everything. Other than that, Cole's a good dog. He does good. He don't tear up my stuff. He does his business, where he's supposed to. He's really good. He protects the truck. I was at the credit union the other day and paying a bill, and I was talking to the girl about Cole and everything, and she showed me pictures of her dog. I showed her pictures of Cole, and I messed around and forgot my thing, and forgot to sign the paper or something. So anyway, I had to come back and do that, and she said she'd just bring it out to me to the truck, and so I'm like, okay. So I came back or whatever, as I was filling out the paperwork, signing my name. Cole, she reached in to try to pat Cole on the head and whatever, He let her pet him a little bit, but then he realized that he didn't know who the hell she was, and he snapped at her. He growled and he nipped, tried to get her. He didn't get her though. She was too quick. Good thing for her, because Cole will bite you if you mess with this truck. You reach into this truck, he will bite you. You don't know who you are, you reach in there, you will get bit. So that worked out good. At least I know he will attack people that try to reach into this truck. So, but anyway, I'm in traffic now. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get on down this road. Cole's looking out the window because it's getting daylight. You can see a little bit better now. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.